Welcome back to the Big and Tall Show. We're going to do a little round table here on some news topics, and it's been a while since we've talked about Star Wars. There's been a lot that's happened. For example, J.J. Abrams will be directing.
Yes, he was like being the choice of several. Disney
I think
heads.
it's a pretty solid choice. I mean, he's done pretty well with Star Trek, so.
Yeah,
I wonder if there's going to be controversy between the Trek fans and Wars fans.
I believe that's already happening. Yeah, they're.
I think he'll be stepping out of the Trek films soon.
I think though everybody's
really?
just
he's doing this one and going.
Yeah,
over.
I think the Star Wars fans are just happy it's not George Lucas directing. So
they need a little break. Yeah,
with good reason.
And apparently we are getting Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher back in supporting roles.
This would be really great news if it was 1995.
Maybe we can finally see Luke die, though.
So hopefully, though, I mean, other than, I think Ford is good to go, but definitely Hamill and Fisher will need to
lose a few pounds.
Get in game shape, so we say.
I've seen pictures of Hamill. He doesn't. Fisher's the one. She just looks a little rough.
I would think her role will be very, very, very minor.
Little queen walk by and wave.
Kind of, a lot of shots from the neck.
They could be with all of them like that. Who knows?
She was looking a little rough in her one-woman show that she did last year.
I think you're going to see a heavy
what was
dose
that called?
I'm trying to remember. It was something about sobriety.
Pour me a drink.
Yeah, it was some play on words with her sobriety.
I think Harrison Ford is going to have to carry the load for the older actors. And in other news, Billy D. Williams is still waiting by the phone.
He's not gotten called. No Billy D.
He's ready to reprise Lando, but apparently hadn't gotten the call yet. He's got his Colt 45, and
I would think they'd need Mark Hamill quite a bit in there.
I
could
so
see
too.
Harrison Ford doing it, but then being like, "You got to kill me off by midway through the picture."
Well, Harrison,
I was joking about them killing Luke.
Harrison's in Harrison's kind of in a different place now. He could use some hits. So it's been a bit of a dry spell for. Of course, the guy's got so. It's not like he needs the money, but
he's got Ron Burgundy coming up. So that'll help him.
So,
he'll keep his face out in public.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty optimistic with Abrams taking it over, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
But in another franchise that's trying to get off the ground and is failing, Justice League. Apparently, the Warner Brothers is tying the Justice League to the success of Man of Steel. So if Man of Steel tanks, pretty much Justice League will be dead in the water. But apparently, Warner Brothers is pretty excited. They have now apparently talked to Christopher Nolan about putting him in charge of all their DC Comics property, about producing, hiring people.
Yeah.
Which is, at least it's a game plan, which before they just seemed to be throwing darts. And
didn't you say something about Christian Bale maybe?
Well, if the Man of Steel is a success, they want the guy that's playing Superman in this and the director, Cavill, I believe.
Cavill,
And they want Zack Snyder, the director, to do Justice League. And they apparently are willing to back up a Brinks truck to try to get Christian Bale to play Batman in it.
Yeah. I just hate to see that kind of happen to all three of those artists, because they're going to be missing out on a lot of other good projects they could be making.
I think it's a mistake for Bale. They shouldn't. If they're going to do Batman, they need to just need to start over, because that's done.
Well, because they were kind of playing him up as being the kind of beyond his years in the last Batman movie.
I think if they're going to do Batman, they got to get him to do it, and then because I think the last one kind of went out like a big turd. Although I liked it, everybody else I talked to didn't. It kind of, so. If they're going to do Batman and have Nolan involved, you got to have him involved too.
And Ryan Reynolds has said that he has no interest in doing Green Lantern again.
Thank God.
Yeah, because
what we need is more Green Lantern in circulation on the HBO to make you puke.
I think we can all agree that this will be nowhere near what the Avengers was.
No, I agree.
Yeah. And another, apparently we've ran out of original ideas in Hollywood.
Pretty much, They bullet points and remakes.
We're trying to get a new vacation movie off the ground. Go on down that holiday road. With this time, though, we'll be going down that holiday road with Ed Helms, with playing Rusty, and Christina Applegate is his wife.
Russ.
He wants, apparently, I don't know, but it does involve a return trip to Wally World. I don't know, maybe the park is closing. I don't know.
This sounds like straight to DVD or something. Honestly.
Yeah, well, and apparently though, you
better get Randy Quaid in it.
Oh, I bet he'll be all over
Chase.
No, I don't think Randy Quaid's allowed in the country. He's hiding out from the Star Killers in Canada. But definitely, if no Chevy Chase will mean no buy for me. You got to have Clark.
Well, they'll have Chevy Chase show up.
Or
But Chevy Chase is not.
Well, I think they're both going to be in it.
Yeah, that's the only person in Hollywood he works with. That's
the only bridge he hasn't burned yet, apparently.
Well, I haven't watched his show, Community.
No
well, he's not on it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
He's finishing up. This is his last. I'm a big fan of Community.
I've been watching The Walking Dead, so I've been missing out on the Community.
And they basically. Chase just plays a racist on it, and a-hole, which
they moved him on.
Yeah,
so playing himself on the show.
Basically,
so they decided to fire him.
This movie is written and by the guys that wrote Horrible Bosses.
Oh, okay.
And they wrote.
That makes like Applegate would be in it.
They wrote something else recently, and boy, I am totally drawing a blank, but. That gives me a little bit. They've wrote a couple movies lately that have been pretty funny. So
yeah.
Well, and there's also a second Horrible Bosses coming down the pike, isn't there?
I believe so. I'm not sure how that'll work, but we have some. Now we're going to go into the Marvel Comics area.
Okay, back to
we've got X-Men: Days of Future Past. Apparently, Bryan Singer has vowed to fix the crap that was wrong with X-Men: Last Stand and Brett Ratner. What he directed.
No, Data from Star Trek didn't do that one justice, did he? Isn't that Brett Ratner?
No.
I'm another Ratner.
He's done a lot of crap.
Over my head.
Yeah, but this one's this Days of Future Past will combine cast from both the X-Men's, the First Class and the Hugh Jackman cast, which I don't know. That might be interesting to see how they all. It involves time travel. I guess it's a very popular. Story from the comic books.
Yeah.
So they can fix the killing of Cyclops and Professor X in the last movie.
Yeah, I think I recall a little bit about that time travel.
So
there's just been so many X-Men movies at this point that they're all starting to.
It's kind of confusing me too.
Well, in this summer we have the Wolverine with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Who apparently
in Japan.
He doesn't own a shirt in this film either.
It should be called the Wolverine: The Search for a Shirt. Because apparently. And then
I just am having a hard time getting into the X-Men anymore, honestly. I mean,
they've come and gone, I think.
They jumped a shark, as you say.
Yeah, we do have casting news for the new Captain America Winter Soldier. Robert Redford will be stepping in as a supporting role to play the head of S.H.I.E.L.D.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
The old school head of S.H.I.E.L.D. before Nick Fury.
I believe, that's just what Redford said. I'm playing the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., so there's a chance maybe because of his age he knew, Captain America back when he was young. And
that makes sense.
So, but yeah, I think that's a very, interesting.
The Marvel people are they're really the Avengers, the Iron Man, they're doing everything really right.
Yes.
I kind of worry about Iron Man 3, although it looks really good.
Yeah.
I know it'll be a box office hit, but
I think it's going to be pretty solid.
It's definitely going to make money. I'm going to go check it out.
Yeah. So, but this,
but they're really riding the wave. Yeah. They've been riding the wave there with those,
When they've said
Captain
that
America, Iron Man, and
they've said to try to quell
Thor.
expectations that in this Iron Man, there's nobody from any of the other Marvel movies in this. This is a standalone.
That'll be kind of refreshing, I think.
Because
Iron Man 2 was so much of just a setup for the Avengers, and 4 as well.
And I heard in Captain America, I think the only ones that I think they're going to have Scarlett Johansson, and Samuel L. Jackson will be in it, but that's in smaller parts.
With them being kind of the core.
That's kind of nice to see Rob Redford getting a little work. He's always he's one of the last of the old.
Last of the classics. He was in a big Esquire article on him this month.
But in Adventure 2 news, apparently this actor has said he would love to be in the movie, and that is Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I'm thinking, of course you would, John.
I would like the paycheck.
Apparently,
I'd like any paycheck.
Apparently, he bonded with Liam Hemsworth over on Expendables 2, and of course,
his butt.
Liam is Thor's brother, and apparently, Liam told him how Chris is a big fan. So apparently,
get me on the set.
Yeah.
Get me on the set.
Yeah. So, you know.
So basically Van Damme's going to be a
He just wants to be.
The royalties from my 90s movies have really started running dry.
I would love, would you like to see Van Damme throw a roundhouse kick at Hulk and then just be swatted away? Or that would be pretty. I'm sorry, I would pay to see that.
No, just have him run out and get slapped around, and then
that's it. For Van Damme to try to kick the Hulk, and then the Hulk go all Loki on him, and
that'd be nice.
That'd be
that's funny though. He's needing some work, obviously.
Van Damme's got to eat.
Now, are you guys
unlike Seagal, he's been.
Now, are you guys familiar at all with the actual Avengers storylines or anything? Because at the end of the movie, there was that big teaser for who the...
I haven't heard a whole lot on that. I think Josh Whedon's done a pretty good job at keeping that under wraps. I think it's going to involve...
that villain?
Thanos was... I'm not real familiar with. I had to
they just
read
show
up
his
on
face.
Yeah, I know. And
I think Ron Perlman would be the perfect person to come in.
He looks just like Ron Perlman, yeah.
And he's going to get killed off of Sons of Anarchy at some point.
Oh, yeah. Another, disappointing news is Sam Mendes will not be returning to the James Bond franchise to direct the next installment.
Yeah.
Apparently they did make a very lucrative offer to try to retain him, but...
Well, how many times has the director for the Bond movies done repeat?
Well, that happened quite a bit with John Glenn.
And back in the history of the franchise, they used to do quite a bit of... They used to hang with the same director.
But he's obvious. Mendes is obvious. He's the biggest director they've ever had do one.
As far as good resume and stuff.
So... he's not ruling out a return to the franchise, but...
He's got other stuff going on.
He wants to do a couple plays, apparently.
Well, the Bond movie seemed a little bit out of his comfort zone when I was watching it. It just didn't seem like the other Mendes movies I'd seen.
Yeah, but I thought he did a great job with it.
Oh, yeah, it was excellent.
And back to reboots and bad ideas, maybe. Joel Silver is trying to resurrect Escape from New York.
Oh, wow, really? I had not heard about that yet.
Yes, maybe turning it into a trilogy where we'd see Pliskin before and... Apparently, they're talking about Gerard Butler or Tom Hardy as the new Snake Plissken.
I always liked the first one a lot.
But the question is,
don't like either one of those guys.
Will Tom Hardy though bring his Bane voice?
No.
Well, Tom Hardy's already going to be the new Mad Max, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that guy's just rebooting everything.
Well, he's got the accent for it, but they need to find somebody else to do Escape from New York. It needs some American.
Here's an idea: not do it. Let it be.
That's just not an option anymore.
Just leave it alone.
Just leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Then this is my last bit of movie news, and I think this is probably the biggest story that we're going to cover this week. Mm-hmm. But apparently, it has happened, and Chuck Norris has shaved his iconic beard.
Oh my! Oh no!
Much like Samson getting his hair cut.
So is it true? Was there a third fist under the beard where his chin is supposed to be?
Apparently, no. No, that myth has now been debunked.
Chuck got anything going on besides?
Yeah, he had to shave the beard so he could start applying for jobs as a janitor.
No, I wouldn't tell him that.
I'm sure he's hoping that maybe there's a role in Expendables 3.
Yeah,
because I thought he was.
They all live to the next one. Yeah,
he was pretty funny in that one.
Yeah,
but that's what's next? Is Selleck gonna shave the stash?
Yeah.
Well, he already tried that once in the 90s.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Nobody went and saw him.
Results.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's pretty much it, kind of.
All right, this has been our movie news report from the evil empire, which is Hollywood, who keeps screwing us with more bad ideas. Okay, here we go.